Damn, I'm still fucked up like your boy.
You fucked up about who? Jeffrey?
Fuck you doing? Yeah,
Toobin? Jeffrey Toobin?
We got that. Yeah. Wow, that thing right there. I'm pounding one out. Wow.
What would you do if you were on that conversation?
Oh my! I was like,
hey, yo, Jeff.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yo, are you doing what I think you're doing right now?
Joe, what the fuck are you doing, man? Say something. Somebody say something, Jeff. Nick was on the other day. He stayed on with us, and he didn't know he was on. He's smoking cigarettes, walking around.
Oh, yeah.
And it made me think of like, damn, what would happen?
That's
He just whipped it out. Yo, cut. What are you doing, man?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know the camera was on. My bad.
Yeah, so I'm so fucked up by that. And now all these shit, the NBA and all these.
Like, I really think that they're focused,
Well, the thing
dialed
about
in
you can't even
to
here's the
take
thing.
down the Lakers, man.
Here's the thing
I'm telling
about
you.
You can't do anything on the low now. Okay? You keep
That's
saying
true.
that. You keep saying, "Oh,
That's
he
true.
did it on the low. He did it on the low."
Well, I mean, people can nowadays. It's easier because you can't be allowed into certain buildings or whatever. So I would.
what did our reporter guy do?
Which
on
one?
Zoom? Jeffrey?
What? That wasn't on the low.
No, he
different.
thought he was on the low. So nothing's on the low now anymore.
Yeah, that's your guy.
That really is.
Yeah, tell everybody who you're going to have on the podcast. Who are you trying to get on this podcast? I didn't know until we had that conversation last night when you first found out about your guy.
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey who?
I'll let you use the last name since you've been saying it. Who don't want on my podcast? Tell me.
Jeffrey, none other.
Jeffrey Toobin.
Jeffrey Toobin.
I did a show.
Oh, I wish you had him on.
I
wish you had him on.
I did a show with Jeff Toobin probably about 3 or 4 years ago, maybe more. It was around the time that everything went down in LA with the Clippers.
Oh, okay.
And
Donald Sterling
with
and
Donald Sterling.
Yeah.
And I was on the show with him. And I was, matter of fact, it was on Don Lemon. And they're introducing, before we go on, he's telling who the panelists are. And
is this camera working?
Jeffrey Toobin was on. He says, Cornbread. Oh, I love him. You love that dude. I was like, wow. So, and I was thinking about it, and I've had a couple of people on my podcast, from CNN and all over, Precari Sellers, people like that. So I was just really interested in having Jeffrey Toobin on with everything right now that's going on with the pandemic, with everything going on with Trump, with all the legal analysts, with all the
COVID.
Supreme Court, the COVID, everything about him, because I thought he'd be interesting dude. And then, bam.
And for those of you wondering, remember every once in a while, Max will call me about something that has nothing to do with sports. This is one of those times.
12 at night, midnight. Josue, what the hell? And I called our guy Nick Joseph saying,
You just go Jeffrey Toobin?
I said, I wanted Jeffrey Toobin on. And Nick didn't even tell me. Nick didn't know. Our guy Nick did not know until he didn't know until this morning.
Oh, you know why he didn't know? You know why?
Because he watched CNN. But I would have thought that CNN might have said something.
Hell no. They're letting Fox News have too much fun with that shit.
Wow.
CNN was like, yo, let's just...
They must did it
5-second drop.
They must did it one and done, because I didn't hear anything until all of a sudden I just heard somebody say, did you hear what happened with Jeff Toobin? I'm like, Jeff Toobin, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Nah, what are you talking about? And I didn't say anything. I went immediately YouTube and put his name in. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Like, how?
And for you,
like,
for those who don't know it, Jeffrey Toobin was doing a Zoom call, and somehow on the Zoom call, he thought he was off the Zoom call or it had ended, or he went to a private room and he was over in the corner. The camera was still on him. He was over in the corner, probably looking at some porn and, doing, Bruce Lee.
Cranking one out.
Fists of Fury. And all of a sudden, everybody like... And then all of a sudden he finds out he was on like...
my guy. Hey,
Jeff. Somebody needs to just say, Jeff, what the hell? I mean, if that had been you or me, what would happen?
What you mean?
On
what end of that?
What would you and I have said if that had been him? If we'd been on that Zoom call with him?
Like, Jeff, what you doing, motherfucker?
Jeff, what you doing, man? You've been in the middle of a stroke going.
Hey, Jeff, you doing what I think you're doing, my guy?
Y'all can see this? Y'all see me? Let me how it was. Like, watch this.
John Cena.
Can't see
You should have did that shit.
Can't see me. Can't see me.
Oh, the best is the apology. My fault, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't know my camera was on. Max, that's something you say when you do something else, man. When you pass some gas during a Zoom conversation, I don't know, you get to an argument with your wife or your kid.
What else are you going to say?
Nothing.
You got to say something. What else you going to say? I'm sorry is the biggest equalizer in the world these days.
So what? You saying that if he didn't say that we were going to assume that he fucking did it on purpose?
You just got to say.
I wouldn't assume that.
You just got to.
We all know you didn't know your camera was on.
You just got to say, "I am sorry." That's how it goes. I mean, Donald Trump's era right now. I'm sorry, my bad. Even Donald Trump pivoted like that.
Yeah, but
at that time he pivoted running for president when he said, you know what? So, Mr. Trump, you were heard saying something, grab him by the, he's like, well, that was locker room talk. And
boys will be boys.
Boys will be boys, and we're going to defeat ISIS. What? What did he say? Did he? How'd he go? How'd he get that? That was like the most amazing pivot. I mean, I've never seen a basketball player pivot like that. Boys would be boys, and it was locker room talk, and we're gonna beat ISIS. ISIS? Where's you from ISIS? Who the hell asked you about ISIS? We don't need to know about. I'm asking you a question about grabbing a woman by the genitals. And you're telling me about ISIS. How'd that work? Oh. And I'm hoping right now, even more so, maybe in this case, this is one time you think about he has kids. Maybe the pandemic is a good thing.
What do you mean? So you can talk to him about it?
No. From a standpoint of being teased.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine going to school and seeing what Pops did?
You're a teenager?
If you're a teenager? If you're a teenager right now,
and you gotta switch schools,
and you're going, and you
switch school, if that helps.
You're gonna go to the other school. That's going along with you, man. What's your name? Anthony Toobin. What?
Who's your dad? Bob Toobin. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So don't tell me that crap. You talking about?
He's got 3 kids.
I mean, I can't even believe how old are the kids. Is there an age up there? Right now. Because this is just unbelievable. Because I'm still in disbelief listening to you talking about. Are you okay?
I'm in tears right now listening to you.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Really? For what? What'd you do? What they got you there for?
This episode of the Cedric Maxwell Podcast is brought to you by BetOnline.ag. The wait is finally over. Football is back. You might not be at the game this year, but you can still be in on the action at betonline.ag. BetOnline is going the extra mile to make sure you can get in on everything imaginable this season. From game spreads and totals to team, player, and coaching props, BetOnline gives you more options to wager than any other place online. You can get in on the action right now. The season opening bonuses is the best way to start you off, wagering on win, division, and championship futures today. Head to betonline.ag and take advantage of all the great sign-up bonuses. That's betonline.ag. BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts.
That's another scenario right now you look at and going, my goodness. And we're going to, it's and it's still too soon to even be talking about that. But that's just reality. We're just talking about, how things really happen. How old are the kids?
So the two oldest are well into their 20s. The youngest is 11. Ooh, yeah, that's a bad hit. That's a bad hit.
The ones in their 20s.
The oldest is 28.
The ones in their 20s right now.
The other one is 22.
The ones in their 20s are going okay. The one that's 11. How do you go explain that to that person?
I don't know, Max.
I don't
like to assume things.
Dad
but
made a mistake.
If I'm one of the older kids and they're like, man, Pop's always been a damn freak.
Yeah.
Pop's always had shit around the crib. Always had porn.
What?
The oldest one found a DVD or two growing up, He found something.
Mine is the wife, though. It don't get it,
She leaving him? What you think?
Nah.
Right?
Nah.
You ain't a real one if you do, right?
Nah.
It's embarrassing, but I mean, shit. Did he cheat?
Yeah.
He
exactly.
cheated?
Exactly.
Oh, you agree with me? Okay.
Exactly.
I thought you said he cheated. Okay.
No, exactly. I have to agree with you. Other than, you look and people make mistakes.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing. And that's why he said he was sorry. I mean, I don't know.
No, I wasn't laughing at him for saying sorry. I was laughing at him for saying, "Oh, I didn't know it was on," as if like, "Oh, it's cool to just do that in the middle of a meeting." Like,
yeah,
just leave it as sorry and be
sorry.
like, "Yeah, look, I embarrassed myself. Da da da. Everything else was fine, but
really,
the fact,
guys,
I thought the camera was off. It's like,
guys, I'm really sorry. That's how you end it. I'm really sorry, and I apologize wholeheartedly to everybody. And boom, you leave it there. You don't go. I didn't know the so. If the cameras, so anybody who's doing a Zoom call with you from now on,
whenever you turn the camera off, that's what you was doing, bro. Like if I'm his friend, that's what I'm thinking. Like, every time he turns his camera off,
hey man, what's going on, man? Hold on, let me put the camera down. You can see my face, okay? Why is your body?
His boys. He ain't never gonna hear the end of this shit. Yo.
Oh my god!
If he does, then they're not really his friends. They're not his friends.
No.
Your boy got to give you shit.
Your
for
boys
this,
are gonna give you hell for it. But I mean, that's life.
What they're there for, man.
That's life. You just say you're sorry, you move on, man. Everybody is human. We can all look at mistakes that we've made in life, and we go, "Wow."
Yeah,
well, I mean, you think about it. Everybody talks about things you do in life and all these things, but you think about you and back in the day when you might have drove someplace and you were drunk, and you get home, and then next morning you wake up, you're like, damn, how did I make it home?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
a mistake that you could have gone out and killed somebody. Yeah. Again, it's all about circumstances, and his circumstances caught up with him. Obviously.
That's a really good point, Max. Yeah. Because obviously in that scenario, the consequences weren't there, but it's still a mistake.
Yeah,
both are mistakes. The other one just luckily, you didn't kill anybody or get arrested.
Right, like you just said a minute ago. I mean, he wasn't cheating,
right?
Or do you consider that cheating?
I don't.
Okay, so
maybe that's why he said he didn't do it on purpose.
It's like, I
mean, if he did it on purpose, that's a little cheating.
Whoa, I mean, here's a guy who has all these books about Trump and what Trump did and this, that, and the other, and what he did with women and on and on.
Man, you see what I'm talking about? I don't like it, man.
And
it doesn't look good.
Here I was wanting to do a podcast with this man. I had to set up.
Yeah. We would have had fun with that one.
Let's go back and dissect this podcast. When I did my podcast with Jeff, he was. Let me stick back and think about that for a minute.
I mean, for some reason, it was only from his chin up. I couldn't see anything.
I really feel sorry for anybody like that it happened to. And more so than that is your family.
Yeah.
The people that really love you and care about you and how you do that. I mean,
and
I remember distinctly, I remember when I went in the stands in Philadelphia. And my dad said, what did that man say to Cedric? He's not like that. That's not him.
Yeah.
And you got to defend something that you see your son or your daughter or your husband will do on TV or is done, and you're the one probably suffers as much as they. I mean, when you think about it, you think about some of the worst things you've done, and you're going, oh boy, I got to tell my wife, or I got to tell my parents, like, cause I know, because everybody has that moment. You've had that moment probably with your dad. You're not married, but you've had with your mom. You know,
say something.
She gonna say something like,
no question,
man. Can't believe that happened. Or, I can't believe. And then the thing that you do, I think, is just as much as we it's kind of it's funny but not funny. But you just think how much you beat yourself up for that.
Yeah.
How much he beat himself up after that. Like,
it's every single day, all day.
What the hell did I just do? He has to call CNN and saying, yo, guys, I need some time away.
The New Yorker.
The New Yorker. I'm gone for a while. They're going to suspend you. Your livelihood of things you're doing, your life has just changed. And that's what life is about, though. That's how life can change in an instance.
Yeah, no question. Because